Hi, I'm Dr. Linda Lee. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm a licensed care of the elderly physician, and my focus is in dementia care, helping people living with dementia and their families to live their best lives possible. Are you a family member or friend providing support or care to a person living with dementia? If so, this video is for you. You can also check out our services at plumtreememory.ca, where you can sign up for a mailing list, and I'll have all the links and resources down below. After nearly 2 decades of work in dementia care and over 1,000 patients and caregivers receiving care in our clinics, I am struck by how often family and friends are underappreciated for the care and support they provide to people living with dementia in the community. If you are a family member or a friend providing support or care for someone living with dementia, I have a few thoughts for you. First, the person you care about is so fortunate to have your care and support. By definition, dementia means it's a progressive condition. There's a loss of functioning as the dementia progresses. And in order for a person to live in the community with advancing dementia, it means that someone is helping them to live their best lives possible at home. And typically that's going to be family or friends. About 3/4 of people with dementia live in the community, and about 3/4 of them are cared for by unpaid family caregivers. And oftentimes that family caregiver is someone who's older, who might have health conditions of their own. And the nature of dementia being progressive means that more and more is expected of them. Or you might be a son or a daughter and you have other responsibilities, maybe you live out of town, and the increasing needs of the person with dementia becomes harder and harder to manage. And this is certainly not to blame the person with dementia. My point is that caregiving can get stressful, especially as needs increase, and the importance of being open to getting services and supports in place early on to help with some of those care needs. In many parts of our country, getting services and supports in place quickly is getting much harder. And in my experience, it's best to introduce these services gradually, allowing people who are living with dementia to get used to having others involved in care. And this can go a long way to reducing caregiver stress. Now, I know you've managed independently all your lives, and we're proud of our resilience and our independence. But by definition, dementia is a progressive condition. And it's not a failure, it's not a weakness to start building in supports and services early on. It's always good to be prepared. It's like having a buffer so that just in case things do get worse, you're not in a crisis situation. And it's about attending to your needs, attending to those other things you need to do in life. It's about keeping you well because the person with dementia is dependent on you. There are paid, trained professionals who can help with some aspects of care, such as physical care needs. And in my experience, it takes a village to support someone who has advanced dementia to be able to live at home safely with best quality of life, surrounded by the people that are important to that person. No one will ever replace you in your role as spouse, partner, friend, son, or daughter for the emotional support that you offer. You need to stay well. My second point is that as a family care partner, your needs might be under-recognized. There is something called ambiguous loss, and what that means is the person with advancing dementia might look fine to everyone else, but you are recognizing the loss of function, the loss of that partner in life. In our clinic, one of the caregivers described it as he and his wife shared the same bubble. And with advancing dementia, those bubbles are drifting apart. And there's grief and there's loss associated with that. Loss of the shared roles, the plans for the future, the loss of that partner in life. And unlike in other conditions where worsening of an illness is more obvious, when a person has dementia, family and friends may under-recognize the feelings of loss experienced by a close family caregiver. And that might result in you not getting the supports that you need. One study showed that nearly half of family caregivers for people with dementia will themselves suffer from depression. And there are other studies that have shown the significant negative impacts on the health of family caregivers for people with dementia who experience caregiver stress. This is not your fault. It's not the fault of the person with dementia. It is the nature of the illness, which is progressive and reduces a person's ability to function. And that means you're expected to do more and more. And sometimes that's just not humanly possible. My message is this: reach out for support. Your local Alzheimer's Society may be a great resource and a place to meet others that are going through the same experience, and get those community supports and services in place early on. Don't wait for a crisis. And my last point is this: caregiving for people with dementia is an incredible gift to those individuals. You are helping people you care about to remain living at home in their own communities, surrounded by the people that matter most to them for as long as possible. And caregiving can be an incredibly meaningful and positive experience, and you matter. Leaning on supports and services from the community and getting those introduced early on is not only a strength, it is smart. There are lots of skilled people across our country who want to help you through this. So that's it for now. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this video with others who you think might benefit from credible, evidence-based information on dementia care. And if there's a topic or a question that you have that you want us to cover, put that down below and we'll try to address that in future videos. Take care.